Okay, fantastic. So my name is Teodora. I also will try not to speak for too long. My name is Teodora. I lead on techUK's infrastructure work. techUK is a trade body that represents the digital tech sector with over 1,100 members at the moment. And we work in various sectors. My primary work focuses on digital adoption across energy and utilities, and with a special kind of focus as well on energy capacity and policy on data center and industrial energy demand requirements. I just wanted to share this slide with you, just because I always find it's easier when people kind of have a look at the data and the figures. We've estimated that the UK's digital economy is valued at around 99 billion gross value added. It employs 1.7 million people, and it's a very thriving sector which underpins artificial intelligence, not only, but also cloud computing and whole set of digital services. Data centers alone generate around 4.7 billion annually, with the potential for additional 44 billion in gross value add between 2025 and 2035. But as we're here to discuss, that growth does have a lot of challenges. So be it the planning system, delays in grid connections, and very comparatively very high energy costs, the highest industrial energy costs in Europe. So we are seeing a disparity between the infrastructure and energy policy and ministerial and ambition in terms of leading on technological advancements, specifically globally being a competitor for artificial intelligence. So really, to get there, the UK really needs to better facilitate the construction of digital infrastructure, and that is what underpins all of this technological advancement. And it's not just artificial intelligence, it's also other digital products such as CRM services and cloud computing. In 2023, our members estimated that the wider issue, that the restriction of power and further delays to new power could prevent a further £5.5 billion of investment in data centers alone in the UK, which is associated with career opportunities and research and development and innovations in other sectors such as health, for example. And energy is not only viewed merely as a utility issue anymore, but it is a foundational platform for industrial renewal and productivity. There has been estimations that we are facing a staggering £600 billion in funding gap by 2030 to meet the energy transition goals, and only half of the estimated is required and expected from current investment sources. And policymakers and regulators and investors now acknowledge that without coordinated large-scale investment in grid capacity, storage, low-carbon generation, ambitions for clean growth, risks becoming stranded in a bureaucratic inertia. And the regulatory framework governing energy remains caught between short-term market logic and long-term system planning. And still regulatory barriers exist to prevent investment ahead of need, which is one of the issues why we're not building grid capacity as fast as technology is advancing. But also, the rising cost of electricity is already having a cascading effect on digital businesses. 78% of UK enterprise relying on cloud-based services. An increase in energy costs passes down to the supply chain, raising prices for business and consumers alike. And UK British business ends up not only paying for high energy costs themselves, but also they get the trickle down from their suppliers and their host operators as well, which in the end, for having a brand new industrial strategy, we are seeing that British business will end up paying double the costs, which makes operations in the UK a lot more expensive. And we are also seeing that those shortfalls do impact and are dampening innovation. AI applications, which require high-intensity computing environment, are particularly vulnerable. In 2022, we probably represented 1.3% of global compute capacity, with no system in the top 25 of top 500. And by mid-2025, we're notably seeing that Archer 2 at around 75th place, but not in the top tier. Of course, the industrial strategy again has announced quite a big ambition for compute, but this is quite an alarming shortfall of a nation that is aspiring to leading quantum computing, advanced semiconductors, and AI.